Hey YouTube, it's your girls, the D Soleil twins. So today we're bringing you this protective boho knotless red braids. I know y'all like, girl, where have y'all been with the boho braids? Don't worry, the summer's here, so everything's coming. We're gonna jump right into protecting our client's hair with some jojoba oil and some shea butter. I told you guys in my last video that we want to get back to our roots. And when my sister and I were doing faux locks in Atlanta, Georgia, we loved putting shea butter on people's hair shaft. Sometimes the hair shaft can be a little less moisturized, not dry, but just less moisturized. And honestly, once you start putting shea butter on your hair, I don't think you're ever really gonna go back. So now looking at my cousin here, y'all, shout out to my cousin. Hey Jazz, y'all, she comes and hits us up and she has this hot red hair, but I like that it's not too hot. In her words, she said she wasn't going for like a fire truck red, and it looks so pretty. I know it looks burgundy on camera, but it's a bit more red in person. But nevertheless, this is for all my aspiring braiders and people who just want to know, hey, how do I get my boho braids to kind of not only be gripped and on the scalp, but to have that crisp look to them? And then what hair, of course, are y'all using for these curls? So we're going to give you all the details here in this video today. So I start with the client's natural hair, and I'm going to fold over once, fold over twice, and this is where I start adding hair. One small piece goes in, and I'll cross that over and try to tuck as you go, okay? Fold over twice, another small piece going in, another small piece. And when I was starting, I just genuinely didn't know when to add hair and when not to add hair. You're going to keep adding hair until you feel like the braid is either getting too thick or the braid is still too skinny. For me, I always add about 3 strands just to get me going, and then I'll notice by like 1 or 2 turns after that if I need to add in another one, and 9 times out of 10 I will add in another one. Look, even here I added in another one, and I just add my hair from the back. I lay it right in the back and just fold it right in, and it goes, sorry y'all, and it works perfectly for me. So now I'm just braiding that down, and then I also want to show you all a few tips on how we're doing our boho knotless successfully. So I believe that in the first row, you need to always make sure that you show the client the braid. We're going for a boho bob look, so I just show her, hey, this is where the braid will stop, and then this is where the curl will start. So I'm taking a piece of hair out of that braid, and I'm going to use that to start knotting it. And for me, I'll knot it about 3 times and put a small dab of nail glue on it, and then wrap it over itself a couple more times to cover up the nail glue, because sometimes the nail glue will turn white. If that's the case, you've already covered it up with some of the hair, so it's no biggie, okay? But we are going to go ahead and rod the ends a little bit later. So I want to show you all one more time, probably 2 more times, on how I'm getting the grip on my braids. The product that I'm using is braid gel. It's that orange braid gel. This is the picture. Split it and then cut it diagonally. Add hair. Add hair. As you can see, my pieces are pretty small because in a bob, you don't want the braids very bulky. You want to see more curl than braids, so keep the pieces pretty small. Flip it over so that way the pointy side is down, and I'm going to hook it right into the braid. 1, 2. Add another piece of regular hair because the braid is going to get skinny because the last piece you added wasn't braiding hair, it was curly hair. Now I'm locating the curly hair. I should have pulled it out right there, but I probably just didn't want to fight with it. Braid it down some more. And then I'm pulling my curly hair up. Braid down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm definitely going to have to add some hair. Okay, good. I added hair. Okay, add your hair. Tuck those ends of the client's natural hair, fold that in, and keep braiding until you're ready to add another curly piece. This time I just laid it right behind it so you guys can see there's no special way you have to add this hair. Most of the time I hook it over and braid it in. Other times I lay it right behind and just pull it right out when I'm done, just like so. Now, the braids in the back of the head, do not add curls to every last braid. It needs to be every other braid because you don't want the back of their hair too full and bulky, okay? So every other braid. And for the nape, I want to say the first 3 rows, they're only getting about 2 curly pieces in the braids that have the curly pieces, because again, you don't want the hair super bulky. And also remember that we're using synthetic hair. So these curls are not going to last after, I want to be honest, after a month, the curls won't last. So you'll have to start slowly cutting some of them out. Cut it down the center. Just turn slightly. Thank you, cousin. And then cut it diagonally. Cross over 1. 2. Add braiding hair. Hook it. Turn. And really just keep a hold on it. Braiding hair again. I love the braid gel because the product doesn't turn white. Curly piece going in. I'm going to hook this one. Hook it right in. Look how easy that was. I just pulled that piece right on up. I must have just wanted to go with it. I find that trick a little bit tougher for me because once I hook it and pull it right up, sometimes when I start braiding, the curl will start moving. But as you can see, I was a trooper this time. All right, y'all. So while I'm braiding, I see that right leg is getting pretty skinny. So once you see that, that's when you go ahead and add your additional braiding hair piece. And that's what I'm doing. I'm laying it right behind the back, and I'm just going to continue to braid at this point. Tuck as much as you can while you go. And other than that, you're going to keep an eye on your braid and decide, hey, do I want to add a curl right here? Or do I want to keep it the way it is and keep going down a bit further? Because again, you don't want the back bulky. I know I've said that. I won't say it too much anymore. But, you know, go down a little bit further if you want to create some space in there and some dimension. So that is my technique for that piece. Now, let's quickly talk about the hair that's sticking out of the braid. Right above my hands, you can see there seems to be some hair sticking out, like little small specks. That is the client's natural hair. Do not cut that hair. I know as braiders, when you're done braiding, you want to go ahead and cut the strays and the flyaways. Yes, towards the end of the braiding hair. Anything up that high is that client's actual real hair. And you do not want to cut their hair under any circumstances. There was a great trend going around TikTok that was enlightening people about the fact that if you are cutting that client's natural hair out of that braid because it's sticking out, when they take their hair out, they are going to have a choppy head. And that's not what you want for your clientele. So anything like that, I normally show the client when I'm done, hey, so-and-so, especially if it's a parent. If it's more so in the back, they don't really care. But if it's in the front, you see that happening as well, and you've done all you can to tuck it. I've even had times where I took the braid down and went back and see, maybe I didn't tuck it as much as I could have. But if the hair is like surely going to continue to stick out, especially if you're working with somebody who has blunt ends, then you let them know, hey, so-and-so, this is your hair. I'm not going to cut it because I don't want your hair to be choppy when you take it out. Okay. So now this is the look so far. Nice and crisp, nice and clean on the parts. Love it. So we're taking some little purple rods and we're going to turn the hair on itself. You're not just wrapping it flat. You want to almost twist it as you turn it about that rod. Nice and tight. And then you're going to secure it, of course, and you're going to dip it in some hot water. I normally dip mine for about a minute to 2 minutes, and then we'll let them sit on the towel before we take them out. Let them sit for a little bit before you unwind them. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what you can see Tay's doing on the other side of her head as well. All right, so now while I give you all a little top shot, you're gonna again cut the hair off center and then diagonal, cross over 1, and I'm adding my small pieces, and I'm also gonna add a piece of curly hair as well. You cannot add curly hair by itself. It's not gonna be as full as you need it to be. But I'm gonna go ahead and with another piece of braiding hair right here. I should be finding that curly piece. Good. So while you all watch me do this, I think it is a good time to go ahead and tell you about the hair that we're using. We used 2 packs of Expressions braiding hair. 2 packs of Expressions braiding hair was necessary for this look. And hold on, I'm going to put up the picture right now. All right, y'all. So we use the Expressions braiding hair, and then as you can see, the curly hair is the Milky Way Q mix. It's a water bulk mix. I know they're very, very popular for their deep wave, but you have to look extremely closely when you go to the hair store. Not the deep wave. That curl was gonna be a little too tight. It's the water bulk. Now this one says it's $66. This is a 3-pack, and you will need, I want to say, a pack and a half. So it's best to get a 3-pack or a 2-pack. I didn't screenshot the 2-pack, but you saw there was an option down there on the left-hand side when that picture popped up. The 3-pack or the 2-pack, I suggest you go ahead and just order it online, because when you're buying it in person, you're going to still spend, to me, a couple extra dollars than you would if you just ordered the 2 of them online as one. But yes, so we used a pack and a half and barely used any of the 2nd pack, but we did end up going into the 2nd pack, which is why I highly encourage you to just go ahead and get 2 packs to begin with. But yes, this hair was extremely soft and easy to work with. The pointy ends of the curly hair, that's just where we added the braid gel to make it easier to fold into the braid. But this hair was very easy to work with, as you guys can see. I want to say the curls lasted her about 2 weeks. Really, we could have pushed it about 2.5 if we really felt like continuously cutting out the curly pieces that were starting to get tangled. But other than that, just remember that it is a mix. It's synthetic and human hair mix. It's not just straight synthetic, and it's not just straight human hair either. So I'm really, really excited, guys. And if you like the video so far, make sure you like the video. Like the video and comment. If you want to see more colored hair clients, let us know. We can always do that for the channel as well. But y'all, it's summertime and we running these protective styles back to back. Okay, babe? So we hope you enjoyed the video so far. I'm going to pop back in a little bit. Enjoy the music.